In a quiet little village nestled among rolling green hills, lived a young boy named Ken. More than anything, Ken loved to sit under the big oak tree, folding colorful papers into all sorts of wonderful shapes. He spent his days happily, with the sound of birds chirping and children laughing filling the air. One afternoon, while searching for new paper, he found something truly special: an old yellowed piece of parchment covered in strange, faintly glowing runes. His eyes widened with curiosity. Carefully, with practiced hands, he began to fold it, transforming the mysterious paper into the shape of a tiny, perfect knight. As he placed the finished figure down, a soft, magical chime filled the air. To Ken's amazement, the little origami knight began to glow, and then it stood up. It moved its small paper arms and held its tiny paper sword high. A magical light surrounded it as it spoke with a voice full of courage. "I am the magical paper knight," it declared. "My duty is to protect the innocent." But their newfound friendship was suddenly shattered. The sky grew dark, and a shadow fell over the village. A giant, terrifying dragon with dark green scales and glowing red eyes descended from the clouds, smoke curling from its mouth. The villagers screamed and ran in every direction. Their peaceful day turned into a nightmare. As panic spread, the tiny paper knight stood tall. He raised his little paper sword, facing the towering dragon without a hint of fear. Though he was small and fragile, his stance was bold and heroic. Ken watched from behind a house, his eyes wide with worry. The little knight declared, "Though I am fragile, I will not let anyone be harmed." And so the fierce battle began. The tiny knight leaped with surprising speed, striking the dragon's massive scales with his small sword. Sparks flew with each impact, but the dragon's hide was like stone. With every brave strike, the knight's paper body tore just a little bit more. The dragon roared in fury, its powerful voice shaking the ground. The little knight fought on, his paper armor ripping, his sword hand weakening, but his spirit unbroken. Watching the heroic but hopeless fight, Ken fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. He reached out a trembling hand toward his small friend. "Stop," he cried out, his voice filled with sorrow and fear. "You're only made of paper. You can't defeat it." The knight, torn and tattered, turned back to Ken for just a moment. A soft smile graced his folded face as a faint light glowed from within his paper chest. "Courage is not about the strength of your body," he said gently, "but the strength of the heart that protects others." With those final words, the knight gathered all his remaining strength. He made one final, heroic leap, charging straight into the dragon's chest. As he struck, his entire body erupted in a blinding, magical explosion of pure light. The dragon roared in defeat and vanished, consumed by the brilliant energy. But when the light faded, the dragon was gone, and so was the brave little knight. Ken knelt on the ground, the village now quiet and safe. He wept as he gently picked up a single, glowing fragment of paper, the last piece of his friend, holding it close to his heart. The villagers gathered around, safe but solemn, their faces a mixture of relief and awe, as the warm sunset bathed the village in golden light. They knew that a legend had just been born, a legend that proved even the most fragile among us can become truly great through courage and sacrifice.